First guest tonight literally threw down his top hat and cane to stop rehearsal and walk across the street to be here with us. He is host of the Oscars live this Sunday on ABC and Hulu. Please say hello to Conan O'Brien.
Okay, let's not do that. That sounds angry. There's a real hostility to that.
Well,
Conan! You know what you did.
thank you for
How are
coming.
you, sir?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you being here. I know you
appreciate you
super busy
inviting me.
right
Thank
now.
you.
Did you walk across the street?
I was across the street at the Dolby Theater, preparing for the Oscars, and then I said, "Hey, it's time to go see my good pal Jimmy Kimmel." I cross the street, encounter like 9 Spider-Men.
Yeah.
With fanny packs, paid them all generously, and then made my way in here.
How's it going over there? Are things going well?
Well, I made a mistake. No, we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna have a great time. Things for me, come together very late. So I started working on the Oscars about 4 hours ago.
Hey, that's enough.
I'm going to pull an all-nighter, ladies and gentlemen. No, we've been working hard. I think we have some fun ideas. There's some great surprises.
Excellent.
And I owe this gentleman a debt of thanks because one of the first calls I got after agreeing to host the Oscars was from Jimmy Kimmel. And yeah. And I didn't pick up because I have caller ID. But then I thought about it and I called you back.
That was nice. I appreciate it.
And you were very nice. You said, I've hosted this several times and I think beautifully. And I said, you said, I will give you some tips along with my wife, Molly, who has produced the show. And I said, yeah. So we met at a restaurant and you and Molly could not have been more gracious. They gave me all these great tips. They just
Dumb tips. Like I would never be so. I would not give you tips on jokes or any of that stuff.
No.
I would never do anything like that.
No.
But
No.
I did have some like kind of old man tips, like try to sit down during the show, which is one of my tips.
Jimmy is obsessed with sitting down as much as possible. And his tips kept going back to try and sit down. If you can do the jokes sitting down, do them sitting down.
Conan.
What are you, Franklin Roosevelt? I mean, relax,
Yes, I
buddy. But
whose tips were more helpful?
Molly,
Mine or
Molly,
Molly's?
Molly,
Molly's? Yeah.
Molly. Molly
Yeah.
is very smart, and she clearly pays attention. She had all these very specific, great tips. I mean, she's beautiful, she's smart, she had all these, she just really knows the show. This guy was obsessed with ordering appetizers. And we chose like a nice restaurant, and you chose a nice restaurant. I pay. And
The tips ain't free.
Didn't even make a move for his credit card.
I didn't even bring it.
No, it was one of those where I said like, well, the bill is here, so, and your hands, you put your hands up like I can't move these.
Can I be honest? I was hoping you'd pay for the valet.
Yeah, I tried. The valet knows your reputation.
It was nice, though, to
Yeah,
spend
it was
time
really
together.
nice to hang out. I've never seen a man order more shrimp or eat more shrimp.
I get paid in shrimp here. You didn't know that?
I know.
I'm like a squid or a flamingo. It's why I'm so pink.
You were tossing it in the air and going, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." Well, Molly is giving me amazing advice on how to host the Oscars.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you were a complete waste of time.
Yeah, I know. Next year, just you and Molly, maybe. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Have you watched all the movies that are nominated?
Well, I told People magazine that I've watched all 35. And that's in print. What about you, generally? Do you watch them all?
Usually, I try to watch. Yeah, I watch them. Well, you know, some of them no. Some of them, if you know they don't have a chance or nobody saw them. I didn't watch them.
First of all,
What, do you think there are some that have a chance?
First of all, let me make something clear. When we were coming along as young people,
Yeah.
there were 5 movies nominated, right?
Right, yes.
Then they expanded it to 45 movies.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And then 75, and now 110.
Yeah.
And so it's, you got to watch a lot of movies. I have seen all the movies. I've watched a lot of the movies.
It becomes almost unpleasant, which is a weird feeling to have when you're sitting down to watch a movie. Like, oh, I have to watch this movie. No one else has that in their lives.
The worst experience I had in my life with movies was Quentin Tarantino was coming on. It was a booking I didn't know about, and this is a bunch of years ago, and he's my favorite filmmaker, and they say, oh, and you have to watch his movie. I get to work that day, and they said, oh, and he has a movie. And I went, wait, no one told me he was coming on. What's the movie? It's Inglourious Bastards, which has come to be one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie. And someone says, well, he's going to be here in like an hour. Watch it really fast. And it's like, Coppola's coming. Have you ever seen The Godfather 1? No. Have you ever seen The Godfather 2? No. Watch them both really fast! Fast! It was awful. It was like the greatest meal in your life, and I had to eat it at high speed.
You mean to tell me and America that Quentin Tarantino was coming on the show and you didn't know he'd made a movie that he was going to promote?
I'm just saying that I have terrible people working for me. Then I get here at the Kimmel Show. You guys are fantastic.
Yeah,
Mwah! I mean, everyone. This place, look at this band. That's a band. I had a bunch of people just banging on.
That is not true.
Unbelievable.
You know, I had a Quentin Tarantino incident as well.
We've all had a Quentin Tarantino incident.
We had a screening of Kill Bill. He was here to promote Kill Bill, and we took the whole audience to see the movie after the show.
Right.
And, I watched the movie. When I came out of the theater, he was sitting there outside the theater waiting to see if I got up and left early. And thank God I didn't. He was hoping to catch me leaving early.
That's a great movie, and so, of course, you didn't. I'm very glad that that's not the policy of most filmmakers.
Yeah, no, it would be a weird thing.
That would be a very bad thing, because...
I was excited to hear you're going to be in a movie, and like a dramatic film, correct?
Yes, yeah. Pornography wasn't working.
It is called...
You've seen it.
If I had legs, I would kick you.
Yeah, what happened was I was approached. It's an A24 film.
Oh, wow.
And I got a call from Adam Sandler, buddy. And he said the people at A24, because he's done a lot of work with them, they want to know if they can send you a script. And I said, I guess so. And he went, you damn right, buddy. Like, don't be stupid. So I said, okay. They sent me a script. It's by a writer-director named Mary Bronstein. I read the script. I was riveted. And I looked at the part. It's a dramatic part. It is not something I would have sought. I am not looking to be an actor. I don't want to do that to America. It's not. Trust me, this is not on my bucket list. And so I met with Mary, and I think I tried to talk her out of it.
Yeah.
And she said no. She was very persuasive. So I said, I'll give it a shot. The movie stars Rose Byrne, and getting to work with Rose Byrne was a religious experience. She is so phenomenally good. She's absolutely mind-blowing. The film has since gone to Sundance, to Berlin. It's getting these crazy reviews.
Oh, really? Wow.
And it's all, trust me, it is all Rose Byrne and the work of Mary Bronstein. These two women are spectacular, and I think Rose gives this insane, crazy performance. And then I'm there, but I think not in a, if you can believe it, not in a distracting way. And And I think it's like the physician's creed is do no harm. I think I did no harm. So, yeah, it's was just a nice thing.
Are you at all concerned that you might be disqualified from hosting the Oscars next year if you are nominated for an Oscar next year as a result of this?
Don't think that's going to be a problem.
Wow.
Very different. So no, that's not going to be an issue. But it was. I wrapped up my late night show a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I think, and I just decided I loved doing it, and I can tell you love doing it. It was a dream. I got to do exactly what I wanted to do for a long time. And when it ended, I was done. And I thought, now I want to just try things that scare me. If it scares me, I think I should do it. So I shot myself in the leg, which I don't advise.
It hurts, right?
It's very painful.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. It's stupid.
What other things have you done that scare you?
I hack around as a guitarist,
Right.
and I like music is a fun part of my life on the side. So through someone who works for you, who worked for me for a long time, Jim Pitt, this opportunity came up to kind of host and front a section of the Newport Folk Festival. So I did that last summer, and I was terrified. And I brought big acts out there. I played, they played with me, I played with them.
Did you sing as well?
I did sing.
Wow.
The good thing about Newport is that you can swim away. Many people took to the water and swam, but I have a certain register, and if I stay in there, it's legally doesn't set a problem.
Nice.
But when they came and told me it's time for you to go, Conan, I felt like I was being led to my death. I was that scared, and I haven't been that scared in a long time. And I felt that scared going onto a movie set and being in the same room and having scenes with Rose Byrne. I'm sure I'll have a dose of that coming up in a couple of nights. And I just have a little bit of I'm 61 years old. I've been very blessed.
A lot of surgery.
I've had a lot of surgery.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm going to watch this back tonight and go, it's time for surgery.
No, you look
And
good.
I'm going to quote
look
Marty
smooth.
Short. I've said this many, many times, but Marty Short, both of our favorite people of all time. Marty Short, one of my favorite insults he does about me is he goes, Conan, my boy, I just want to say you look great. However, whatever you're having done, I say 20% more and then stop.
Conan O'Brien is here. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Conan O'Brien, and here we are with Kate O'Brien, the softball star. Hey, Kate, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Hey, Kate, I understand you're on the softball team, your freshman year in high school.
Yeah, I was out there in the outfield, left, center, the whole bit.
What do you consider your specialty in the field?
Oh, just about everything.
I hear you're pretty good.
Oh, a lot of people have heard that,
They've heard it mostly from you, I hear.
Look at that kid. He's hosting the Oscars. That's Conan O'Brien and your sister, right?
That's my sister, Kate. Hi, Kate. Love you. Yeah, Kate. It's just funny. That video surfaced a while ago, and I didn't think I had a Boston accent.
Yeah.
And then you look at it there, and I'm like a newsboy from the 1930s.
Yeah.
Hey there, Kate. What's going on there, Kate? Yeah. They heard it from you. Yeah. And yeah, you want to get a paper? And it's funny because I look at that and I think, even then I was trying to work out this thing. I mean, I don't know if you thought about this, but I was as far from show business as you could be. I'm living in Brookline, Massachusetts. My dad's a scientist. My mom's a lawyer. There was no show business around.
Right, yeah.
But even then, I was like, I better go practice my interviewing skills. Nah. Hey, Kate, let's do the nah.
Yeah, just taping everything. Everything is like a little show or a fake commercial or
I
something
wrote
like that.
tons of goofy plays that went nowhere. And I was just remembered asking my parents, can I have tap dancing lessons? And they were like, what? It's 1973 in like Boston, depressing Boston.
I've always thought of you as a young Gregory Hines.
I know.
Interesting.
I get that a lot. Yeah.
Bob Newhart passed away last year, and I know you were very close to Bob. And in fact, I'm very proud of this. I took a picture of you.
Oh,
Three comedy legends here, Bob, Conan, and Eric Idle. It was weird. It's at your house. Weird thing. It was not Christmas. It's just a tree
I
up
know.
for no reason.
It's so weird. That was have this Christmas party every year, and you and Molly have come several times, and it's Bob. I remembered inviting Bob Newhart, thinking Bob and Ginny, his wife, thinking, well, they won't come, and then he came to the party. And I was just nervous the whole time.
Were you?
I was, because it's Bob Newhart. And what's a phenomenon that I've noticed is that if you grew up watching someone on TV and they were special to you, they're godlike. Then you meet super famous people your age later in life. They can't resonate with you the same way.
Right,
Do you know what I mean? They just...
Same with athletes, too.
Some of the biggest stars in the world, best athletes in the world, but I still think about the 1975 Boston Red Sox. I still think about Bob Newhart and what he meant to me, his records, his show. So he and Ginny would come to that party, and it was really incredibly meaningful to me to get to know him, and he was... And you were there when he was there?
Bob's family asked you to speak at his funeral service, correct?
Yeah. And they asked me to speak at his funeral. What you need to know, in case anyone's not familiar, is that Bob Newhart was famous for doing a telephone bit. It's how his career really started, which is you would just hear his part of the conversation on the phone and go, hello, oh, yes, Mr. Lincoln. And it would be Lincoln's publicist, and you could tell that Lincoln's on the other end of the line. And you just hear Bob, but he was very famous for this telephone bit. So the Newhart family sweetly said, would you speak at Bob's funeral? And I said, I'd be honored to do that. And I was real nervous, and I'm working on what I'm going to say, and I get this call, and the call is from, they say it's, I won't say his actual name, but it's Father McGuire on the phone. Father McGuire would like to speak to you. And I was raised very Catholic. And Father McGuire is the one who's going to be giving the service for Bob. And I think, oh my God, okay, wow. Okay, well, he's probably gonna wanna talk to me about what the readings are gonna be, and what the themes are gonna be, and is it New Testament? Are they gonna be talking about letters from Luke to the Ecclesiastesians? And I get on the phone and I go, yeah, I've been raised. Yes, hello, Father. This is Conan O'Brien, Father. Father, how can I help you? Please tell me how I can help you. And this is what the priest said. The priest said, yeah, I'm going on before you, and I'm doing a telephone bit, and I want to make sure there's no bumpage. Bumpage is a word only people in comedy use.
I've never even heard it.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay. Well, bumpage is like, we just want to make sure that doesn't knock up against each other. Like, if I'm going to go on and Jimmy's going first and he's going to do this joke, I find out, so I don't do that joke so we don't bump into each other. He said, I just want to, are you going to do a telephone bit? And I went, no, I wasn't going to. Good, because I'm doing a telephone bit. Yeah, I went to a prop house in Burbank. I got a fake phone and everything. It's going to be killer. This was and he did it. And it was funny.
Wow.
Bob would have loved it.
Bob would have loved it. Yeah, that's a lot to know that you have to sum up what Bob meant to you in that short period of time.
I've given a few eulogies, and I find them to be more pressure than anything.
Yeah.
Because it's a moment, and it might be it's the last or the final summation. And so it is, as tough as show business can be and comedy can be, when someone says, would you do a eulogy, I start to sweat.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So I ask everyone around me not to die.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah, and I yell it at them sometimes. And I yell it at very old people. Don't die! And
Sunday.
sometimes it's counterproductive.
You've got a tuxedo?
I have a tuxedo.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to change outfits 15 times.
Good.
Yeah,
it. People want to see what you're
How
wearing.
many tuxedos would you wear in a night? More than one?
You mean in general or for the Oscars?
when you would do it for the Oscars.
I had what I would have is 2 jackets.
Yep.
And then I would switch into the second jacket, and I always felt dumb about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And you would tie a chair to your ass, right?
Well,
So you could sit at any
you
time.
know, I like to lounge.
Jimmy would give his monologue like this and then sit. And his chair is already there.
The Oscars are live this Sunday on ABC and
Watch those
Hulu,
Oscars.
7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, hosted by Conan O'Brien. Thanks for being
Amen.
here, Conan.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We'll be right back with Greg and John Page. Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.